My follower who's always here. Hey girl, what's up? What's up, Wendy? I got somebody. I don't know if I do a private live video, whether on this channel or on my Revelation Life, they always in here. I think it's somebody from YouTube. Hell, I don't know. Or I don't know. They get into my live as soon as I come on, and they gonna do a private live, but they always here. So we're gonna say hello to whoever they are. Oh, okay. I didn't know your phone was off. Well, happy you got it turned back on. How is he working, or what's going on with the husband? And how's he doing? And can you hear me? Eating lemons, and I just had dinner. Hey, Trucker Felicia, what's up? Enjoyed talking to you the other night. That's between us. Don't get it twisted. Trucker Felicia, what's up, baby? Oh, that's funny. Are you on YouTube? Girl, bye. I ain't gonna be selling that on that phone. Oh, Trucker Felicia, funny. I know you sitting up there laughing. I knew you laughing. You heard how, girl. You have to handle it a certain way up in that office. Y'all, I'm just saying. And they probably know, but I don't really care. I don't really do anything that I don't ever talk about where I work anyway, so don't mention it here. Um, and I'm just gonna say there's things. The company itself is it's a liquid company, so they're not in debt. That's a beautiful thing. Hey, with Choppy Sapo, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Um, the company itself is it's a good company as far as the fact they're not in debt. They run very lean. What I mean by that is like in after hours when you call, it's like it's like there's like 5 or 6 people that's handling all of the U.S. as well as for just the side of the company. We're not hiring all the emerged companies yet, and I don't know how they're gonna work that out or what the plans are. I'm sure there's some future plans for it. Um, but it's very run lean. I'm loving to work from home. I'm gonna definitely, even after the virus, I'm gonna pursue seeing if I can stay on that because health wise, my blood pressure I know is good. I'm feeling better. I have a little more energy. I'm on there. I'm doing my job. I don't have a problem. And actually, I'm sitting at my desk. Let me show y'all the desk because I'm gonna be doing my Bible study stuff from here. I'm waiting for this to come in. I gotta get a chair though. Daniel left his folding chair, but this ain't. I can't sit in this for 12 hours. So I'm ordering my chair this payday. We get paid this week, so I'm gonna be ordering it this week, and that should come in. That's gonna cost me a couple bills. And I've been researching different chairs, and I was looking for a certain because some of the chairs I really like was up in the $400-500 range. I'm not paying that for an office chair. Um, oh, thank you. I don't know. I might have. Again, I've been Wendy. I've been eating. I'm not gonna say no meat, but I've been eating more seafood. I did have some meat. What did I have that was meat based? I had lamb, but yeah, I told y'all I wasn't gonna cut lamb. Did I have some other meat? I had something with meat, I thought. I did have ham. I did. Because I'm cleaning out the refrigerator, I did have some ham, and actually I'm gonna take the rest of it and make some beans with it. Um, but I'm gonna clean out all the meat out the refrigerator. Other than I'm gonna be doing mainly seafood and like fish and seafood. I still may do lamb from time to time. Right now, I'm so good on beef and chicken. I was cool on chicken after the whole roach chicken experience as a driver. I was like, oh, I got craving for catfish, so I'm gonna try to get some catfish this week and do some fried catfish. But mainly, I've been doing a lot of, and I've got to probably lean away from pasta a little bit. Let me give y'all a quick tour so y'all can kind of see what's been going on. I'm on the laptop right now, so this is gonna look a little strange. Let me see if I can do it this way. So y'all remember, I had all that stuff over there. In the corner, those are bottles and stuff for the garden. I'm not necessarily going to keep all of them, but I want to grow my own alfalfa sprouts. I like alfalfa sprouts on my sandwiches. But and that's kind of my junky area right there. But I'm gonna be cleaning that cabinet. That's like a little countertop. The kitchen's not very big, but I just got this stand from who did I get that stand from? Walmart. And I hate to say Walmart's been doing better on prices than frickin' Amazon, and I'm an Amazon Prime user. However, the desk I bought this desk from Amazon Prime, and I got it for 90 some dollars. But Amazon been going up. This was my truck, my refrigerator that I had in in the Freightliner. And then there's my regular fridge. Y'all see that little fridge, and I think I don't have a fridge. So I've been doing some work um, over there. That's the mess that I got left to deal with at the door. So y'all see when things come in from, I got Instacart. So right there is some stuff from Instacart, bleach and some stuff like that. Um, the bags that you see over there, that was over here. So that's just like my two backpacks, one from my company and one is my personal backpack. And then at the door right now, I got, can y'all see the door? I got a bin in front, but I'm gonna go through that. That'll be up here. I have projects every day. I'm gonna step back so y'all can see the desk. So that's the new desk. It was 91 bucks. I'm using a folding chair, which is not comfortable. But thank you, because Danielle got me the folding chair. Yeah, I don't know if I've lost any weight. Hopefully I have. Right now, I just been doing projects every day. I got the garden outside. I'll probably go do something with that. Some of it's not successful. Some of it has been. My tomato plants are doing good. My corn's doing good. My squash and cucumber plants are doing good. I got some carrots that look like they may be down there, but I'm not sure how they're doing. I finally got my marigolds, I think are starting to pop. And I got my beans, some bean plants growing. I've also been trying to grow ginger, but it might be the soil that it's in. So originally I got all my soil as bag soil from Walmart, an organic garden soil. And I forgot from the last time I got some different soil from Walmart that wasn't good. But with raised beds, you have to have a good mixture of what do you call it? A moisture based product that will actually retain water. And I didn't include that. So I'm going to have to later, I have to water more frequently, but I'm also going to have to manage that. And then the new beds I have that I'm going to be putting up here tomorrow, the garden bags that I'm putting up tomorrow, those I'm going to be putting a raised bed soil that's mixed with the garden soil. And what I need to probably include is either perlite or coco coir in order to retain moisture better in there. So I think that's one of the reasons the plants aren't doing as what some of the plants didn't come up the way that I wanted them to. But the new beds that I'm putting up, I hopefully will. I'm gonna throw a few things out there for the last part because I got like this the last ditch effort to hit this season because we're now getting ready to hit our 100-degree weather. So I'm probably gonna do a watermelon plant. I got an orange meat watermelon seed I'm gonna put in there. I'll do some more stuff, but my cucumbers I'm happy about because I'm a huge cucumber person. I got English cucumbers and lemon cukes. I don't like regular cucumbers. I've noticed that I don't like American cucumbers. I don't like the waxy skin. I have to cut it off. But I love English cucumbers because you just cut it and they eat it very tender. Felicia, are you here in Arizona? Are you living here in Arizona? With Choppy Sapper, girl, honey, with this whole virus thing, and from a little picture, you look like you're a sister or a person of color or a minority. So with this whole virus thing, um, where you at, Felicia? With this whole virus thing, for us, we need to get our health in order. I mean, that has been a huge wake up call. Oh, you're in Denver. Denver's nice, but yeah, it's gonna be kind of warm up there. I love Denver. I love your Rockies. Love your Rockies. You got in Denver. Y'all got what's that? A sushi restaurant. I parked over at that TA back when I was driving, and I took Lyft over to that sushi restaurant. Woo, baby, on hit, on hit. I've been really craving sushi, but right now with this whole virus thing, the thing that concerned me was how they are, how sushi restaurants are handling my seafood. based on the fact sushi, some sushi that I like is raw. I don't, I can do cooked sushi or raw sushi, but I do like raw sushi. So my concern is, are you using gloves when you're doing my meat? Like there's a Mexican restaurant over here that I like. It's a little hole in the wall Mexican place, kind of quickie place, like what we call Filiberto's. I don't know if y'all know what that is. It's like a hole in the wall, and they have the best shrimp tacos I've ever had. Um, I went by there and I did go ahead and pray, eat the food and heat it up in the microwave. But I'll be honest, I won't be going back because when he served the food, when I went to go pick the food up, I had Lyft to take me to get some bills and stuff during this virus part. And I said, well, let's go through the drive-thru. I'll get me a taco to go because I hadn't been there. And I don't mind supporting local business as best I can with deliveries and stuff. But my problem is I want to see that you're actually taking the necessary safety protocols. It is just I have to look it up, Felicia. Hold on, not my phone. I did a video. I did a video on it. I did a video on it when I was there in the truck. It's older. Let me see if I still have it. Hold on. Whoever Kiki is, thanks for subscribing to me. I think it's this channel. If you're not, it's probably Revelation Life. But hold on. Let me check Yelp and see if I put it on here. More collections. Let's see. That's Phoenix. Trying to see if I seen it. It was in the Denver area. Camelback, Phoenix. That's all Phoenix. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's see Asian restaurants. Let's see. That's Asian AZ. I don't know if it's gonna be in here. Nope. Let's go back. Yeah, Wine, Mexican Mechanic, Lubbock, Vegas, California, Private Washington, Sacramento, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Sushi. Let me see if this will have it. Glendale, Goodyear, Vegas, Ontario, California, Lubbock. Hasu Sushi and Grill, 250 Steel Street, Suite 104, Denver, on hit. And that neighborhood is gorgeous. That neighborhood was so doggone pretty. Yeah, I'm a huge sushi person. Did y'all hear the name of it? Because I just told you. I don't know what Sushi Den is. I just gave you the name of the one I went to. It was in Denver. It was in this pretty neighborhood. You could tell it was elitist. Did you get the name? Because I gave it to you. Pull it up on Yelp. It was on hit. That was on hit. Who all is in here? Trucker Felicia. I got a follower in here. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? What's up, man? I'll talk about the whole trucking saga and it was just talk for a little bit. Okay, you got it? Cool. Yeah, it was good. I went there and I did a video on it when I was in Denver. I did a little video. I think I did a video on it. I think. It has been a while, bro. I've been dealing more with my Christian stuff more than anything else. I'm gonna be working on a video on that. I just did a little round. You have to pay it back, and I did like stuff I've been doing. I've been working on projects in the house. I'm trying to decide whether to go ahead and get my stuff out of store. I know my house looks empty. I have stuff. Most people would think this ninja don't have nothing. I've got an entire storage unit that's probably as big as this freaking living room full of crap. Too. I got bookshelves. I've got my kitchen stuff would overwhelm my kitchen. This kitchen is small. So I'm gonna have to get more of those industrial shelves once I get my stuff out. The cabinets, the way they placed them, they're too tall. I'm not climbing up on ladders. Obviously, I could fracture an ankle. It's like my lights are really high up in the ceiling. So what I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to get a floor lamp over here in the corner. And then I'm going to have a light as far as the one over the stove in here in the kitchen. Because most of the time I cook. This light here, the ceiling fan light, it kind of covers both. And then eventually when I get my other lights out, it'll have I got end tables, I got coffee tables, I got an entertainment unit, I got a whole TV. I've got computer stuff. I got a whole nother 17-inch. I got a really nice laptop, Toshiba 17-inch laptop. Actually, I just updated the keyboard and something else on that laptop right before I left in storage. I didn't want to take the big one, so I took the 15.3 and then I bought another one over the road, which is what I'm using now. But I got that laptop in storage. I got clothes in storage. I got linen in storage. I got a whole bunch. So I do have to get a couch. I'm getting a bed. Right now, the next move is I'm buying a chair for this desk. And I think I have another desk in storage, but I think it's just that I can't remember. Because the last apartment I was in, I moved because of the gentrification, and I was there for about 6 months, if that. And I really hadn't fully I hate packing and unpacking. I'll be honest, not your friend. And I think I got so used to living on a truck because I don't require a lot. I don't need a lot. But I have some things I want. Like my bookshelves I got there are nice. I got these bookshelves. I don't know where I got them. I got a good deal. They were gorgeous. And I got the last of the ones I have. They're wood and glass. And then I have a table for my TV set. I've got some old realistic speakers that I took from Monty, from Grumpy, because he wasn't using them. And I'm old school. I want to set up my old, like an old stereo with the turntable and stuff. I got albums. My CD collection is there. My DVD collection. So I got a ton of stuff in storage. The issue is that right now with this whole virus thing, I'm concerned about letting people come in the house. Not because I'm scared. It's because I'm a person who I use wisdom. Y'all know my word wisdom. And it's funny because I was listening to TD Jakes talking to people today about his views on COVID and the opening. And I thought that he gave probably one of the wisest talks as a pastor and as a man and as an African American person, and how he looked at it. And the number of deaths that we hear about in conjunction with it, the number of sick people. By the way, y'all don't know, Danielle's sister was released from the hospital. She was on a ventilator, I think, about a week. Hey, J601, what's up? Um, yeah, thank you, Wendy. Please give us a like, thumbs up, share this out. But Danielle's sister was released, so y'all know, from the hospital from COVID. She was on a ventilator for a week. She's one of the fortunate ones that made a comeback, because as y'all know, not everybody comes back from this. She did make a comeback from it. She is now home. She was in the hospital, I think, almost 3 to 4 weeks, recouping from COVID. I don't know about another friend of mine locally here. Her ex-husband was, I believe, hospitalized due to pneumonia for COVID. They had to do a 14-day quarantine because they let him in the house. Again, please, people, I know you love family, friends. You got folks you ain't seen in a while. Me and Joe, we're stir crazy right now as far as wanting to hang out with each other, because once every week or every other week, Joe and I would go to Angry Crab Shack and we sit down and have a boil. We go to the wine bar over here and we get bruschetta and a glass of wine. We would go get some pho. I miss pho. Y'all know I like pho. We go get sushi. Our last meal was a sushi bar we went to where we had the rotating sushi. That was the last time we did anything. And he called me today, and I can tell, he's around his family, and has family that lives in the house with him. There's 6 of them. There's a Latino family, so 6 of them in the house. 5 of which are all over 50, and then one young person. So, but even him, he's taking some risks that I am concerned about with interacting with family and letting family from the other homes come in. We have to make some tough decisions, and sometimes, even though we have loved ones, we need to tell them, no, you got your house, I got mine, and you need to stay there, because between their house and your house, they can come in contact with that virus and they can bring it into your home. And then if you are somebody who can get sick and not be asymptomatic, it messes things up. It's like Wendy's husband. He's living in a whole entire different, I think he's in a trailer on the property, because as a truck driver, a lot of you guys are going into warehouses. You're out in there, you're dealing with folks, and you don't know who you come across, the warehouse, the truck stop, the rest area. Everywhere we went as truck drivers, we really would be susceptible if I was out on the roads. And we're more susceptible. And like right now, I'm a person, I always say God knows the end from the beginning. It was like I knew to get off the truck at the time. I didn't know this was coming. But I sat back and I've had time to contemplate how God has moved and how He set me up. And I know, and Felicia will tell you, I love talking to my drivers. That I don't have a problem helping you. And I try to go a step above when I do help my drivers. Some of them, some truck drivers are buttholes. Ooh, ooh, I want to go through the phone sometime. I have to tell them I drove, dude. I already know. They just, and I know they talk down to some of them people because they don't have no respect for them because they're like, you don't know what they're doing. And then I have to tell them I drive, then all of a sudden they get, some of them get an attitude shift, or then you get the ones that I've been out here 20 years. Anyway, okay, well then why are you on the phone with me asking me a dumb question? I'm just saying. I get a newbie asking me a question. I don't get somebody 20 years in asking me a question. You just lonely when I'm talking to somebody. But use wisdom. I had a friend of mine just recently. Um, I'm not going back to the truck, Edward. I'm so over the truck. Um, I have zero desire. Even being in the background of the office while I enjoy working with drivers, I know now why I don't want to ever drive a truck. Just even dealing inside the office with people, um, I know why I don't ever want to drive a truck. I commend people who have the patience and tolerance to put up with the politics of trucking. I don't. I mean, just inside, just the fact. Only reason that's really I've hung there where I'm at now is because I really truly enjoy the job itself. Um, I'll be honest, and they might be watching me. My coworkers, there's maybe a couple that I really think are decent folk. The rest of them, there's a lot of issues, just a lot of issues. Um, the company I work at, I definitely know there's some racial issues. There is what I consider also some. What they need is cultural sensitivity training, and then they need to make sure that they enforce it. But they're not. It's too loosey goosey. I don't know if that's all departments or just mine. I can tell you the group that I'm in, the culture is really it's something I ain't never seen before. It was enough of a unique situation that my friend Regina, she's like, I can't do this. I can't take the risk to be in that kind of environment. Just the way they were acting one with another. She would come here to my house and go, ooh wee, Shannon, ooh wee. She said the job itself was cool. She said the job I liked. She liked the job. She said, but the people, she said, ooh wee, Shannon. That's all she could say. And when you can't even put words other than ooh wee together, that tells you about how off the chain it is. I mean, there's been stuff that said to me that I haven't really said to them about it. There's stuff that honestly, um, I really could have probably taken it to HR and above that has been said. I mean, I basically was called a piece of shit to my face. I'll be honest, by one of my coworkers. Um, he did it in a very roundabout, well, not really roundabout. The statement, here was a statement. So I got pulled in by the big boss, my boss's boss. He was asking me about how my homegirl Regina was liking it. Um, I went and talked to him. He's asking me questions, and that was it. He just wanted to know, did she have any issues? Because he's trying to change the culture of the department. At least that's what I gathered from him. He had to sit down and ask me some things because when I came in there was a lot of issues. We had a young lady there, and I'm now starting to question, based on what I've been through, if this is what she went through, and this is why her attitude was the way it was. Because I got there a couple months after she started. And she was a minority too. I think she was something Middle Eastern. I don't know exactly what. I don't know if it's Arabic or something. But she was Middle Eastern for sure. Because the last name was Middle Eastern. She was odd to me. She was odd, but again, I didn't start when she started, and based on what I myself have been through inside that office, I'm not. I'm now not shocked based on maybe some of the behaviors um, that she exhibited, which would be indicative of somebody who possibly was discriminated against. You get to a point of you don't care because you're being treated in a way that's not good. Okay. And there's not a lot of minorities, especially my boss is Latino. Even I think his climb from just some side conversations with him wasn't that easy. And then he's young, so I see some things that he's doing that probably aren't good, but he's got to go through his own learning process. I like him as a person; he's cool as hell, but I just see some things. Um, but the way the behaviors in there. But anyway, I went and this is what happened. So I got through talking to him, and when I headed back to my desk, there was a gentleman who was a team lead at the time. He asked me, he says, "Is everything okay?" Because he didn't know why I got pulled in. He thought it was going to be something. "Is everything okay?" I said, "Oh yeah, he didn't fire me. Just ask some general questions." I don't tell them what's going on because it's really none of their business. And that's the other thing. This is probably one of the most messy and nosy group of people I've ever met with my life. I don't care about your personal life. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I don't need to know all your personal business. To me, we come in here to do a job. You have bills to pay, you have family. General conversation in the workplace, I get that. But I'm not all up in your personal business, your personal life. I don't need to know that. With this particular group of people, you got a bunch of busy. So I have family that own trailer parks that used to own trailer parks and live in trailer parks. And I used to call it trailer trash. We usually associate that with a different like white folks. But trailer parks include a lot of people. So I have Native American in me. My grandmother, she had property in Oklahoma, and we have family that are living on the properties in Oklahoma that have trailers. I also have family who had owned some trailer parks in parts of the South. And so I always say trailer trash. Trailer trash does not always associate from me and my brain to white folks. It can trailer trash can leave you live in a trailer and y'all get trashy with it, meaning that you live too close together, everybody up in everybody's business. Trailer trashy, just trashy. Doesn't matter, white, black, whatever. Native American, y'all get too close, you get trashy with it because you need to get a life. People who don't have a life. Busybodies. Busybodies all up in people and messy folk. We got them in families. They just messy. I got family members of mine, they messy. I don't like messy people. So anyway, because I was talking to him, that you can tell there's some jealousy. He's like, oh, he talking to you, he pulled you aside. Okay. It's not that serious. I'm sitting in the same spot as you, doing the same job as you. I'm not making that man's money. I'm not in his position. If he has a question for me, there's a question for me. You don't know what he's trying to do. Um, I don't know him well. I don't necessarily trust anybody up in there. But you're trying to change. At least my understanding was what he was probably there for was to try to get the department on point and to hopefully change some of the cultural, I hope, dynamics of the place. Now I don't know, he might or not be. That might have just been a lie because you again, I give you about this much trust, and when you do something wrong with it, then I shut down. I don't have anything else to do to you other than hello and goodbye. Um, he'd asked me how my friend was doing because she had come in. He gave her, offered her the job, took the job, she's working. I, told her, hey, well, you need to talk to her. She has some concerns, boop de boop de boop, but you need to ask her these questions, not me. That's the other thing. I don't like when people circumvent. Don't come to me to ask another human being a question. Don't come to me to ask me, well, Shannon, how does Bobby Joe think? Hell, go to Bobby Joe and ask Bobby Joe. Bobby Joe can talk for themselves. I shared a few things that she shared with me, and I said, and you need to talk to her. And then when I got back here and when she came back, I said, this is what happened, this is what got pulled in. When you get in there, talk to this man because he got questions. Don't come to me with I don't like that. That's another thing that certain folks they do. I don't play that game. And that's part of the other cultural problem here. Go to the horse. They do a lot of circumventing, circle talk that's messy to me. When you do business like that, it's messy. There are times when you need to do it if you have things that are wrong, but there's also times when you need to go directly to a person and say, I've been hired here to do this, and this is what I'm trying to do. I've assessed some things, and I want this conversation. What's in this room stays in this room. If you find out that person leaks it, then you don't talk to them anymore. And you only talk about so much. I've had to do it in a management position where you pull somebody in, you talk to them, and you say, look, I see a situation, boom, 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 boom. Well, I get back to my desk, I'm sitting down, and one of the guys, I can't remember exactly in the context it came up, but oh, Shannon, you're so sweet. The dude in front of me says, yeah, sweet as some shit with flies on it. What the hell? I looked up, looked at him, and then just looked back down and kept doing my job. God has taken me a long way because it would have been a day I would have cussed you out right up in that job, told you how many ways to go screw yourself, and then been sitting in the HR department. I didn't do that this time, and it's because God has dealt with me on some things, and I think sometimes you have to hold your peace in a situation. And I've been one that's always tried to fight my battles my way. And now, more involved in my Christian walk as I am now, I'm just trusting God in the situation. And I know that He works on my behalf. I also know that some of the people I'm working with, for people to be like that, you got heavy insecurities of your own. Because it's unnecessary. And I haven't been mean, I haven't been rude. Why? Because I'm not telling you all my business, and I really don't have any major business to tell. But I'm not up in here telling you all about my finances, my personal life, every aspect of my family, my dysfunctions, my good, my bad, and my ugly. I'm not telling you that. One, because I can already tell y'all messy. When I got there, I watched how the one girl who left, they talked about that girl like a dog, and I just can't. I can't. Even though I knew the baby, she seemed to have issues. Now, like I said, now that I'm going through what I'm going through and what I've experienced there, um, I'm wondering what she experienced the months before I got hired. Where she and my sister and me talked about it. She says, was she going through what you're going through, which is why her attitude may have been she didn't care, because you could tell she didn't really care. She was just in there, she was doing like they were doing. I watch people come in there that don't work. Yeah, I watch people that just barely do that job, and I'm just like, whoa. If I could tell you behind the scenes, like I said, they may watch it. I don't really care. If I could tell you behind the scenes some of what I see up in there, there's some that's hardworking. Some we got the one girl, she's sharp, but I could tell she's very aggressive. Um, I can't. I'm not. And I had to have a meeting with these people. If I told you some of the other stuff, they sent me home. I didn't cuss at nobody. I didn't raise my voice. Um, Simply came in, did my job, and games. I can't. And I'm like, I wasn't absent. I mean, I took one day where I left early, and I on time. That's not what they reward there. You got people who don't show up for work, call out, leave one person on the phone with 70 calls. I done seen some stuff y'all don't even begin to know, and just I'm blown away. But at the same time, I had to really sit back, and because normally I would have did this, middle finger and out, and have options for the job, because I had options for other job for one other job, and recently I had another option on the table. But the virus broke out, and I didn't. I was like, you know what? The Lord has directed me to stay where I'm at. I believe He put me there. I really do. Um, just how the job opened up, and the fact that I really, 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 I love working with my drivers. I do. I know some of them are newbies. Some of them babies don't know, have a clue what the hell they doing. But I enjoy working with them. I enjoy trying to give some advice if they're willing to listen. That's another thing. The fact that I drove, they don't like that. I could tell that's because I mentioned it, and then they give each other them dirty looks. I'm like, are you for real? Why? Because I'm a black woman who drove a truck and you don't have any truck driving experience, or you do have truck driving experience, and because I've been out there more recently, I come in with some fresh knowledge. Are you for real? It's beyond scope, man. It is. They use some of the verbiage I use, like I use this thing, you the captain of your ship. Now everybody using it. And that's okay. I'm happy you use it, but don't be jealous because I put it on the table or try to outdo me. That kind of just messy stuff. Don't try to outdo me. I'm not trying to outdo you. I'm just being me. And I'm being me, trying to help these people on that phone. And if you want to be the supervisor, the big boss, the president, then be that. I'm not there for that. This is what I'm here for. Let me help y'all. I agreed to help the driver do XYZ. I agreed to do this job like this. I'm doing that to the best of my ability. You give me the tools to do it. I'll do it. And at the end of 2 weeks, you put the paycheck in that account. Then I come back and do the same thing the next time. This is our agreement. It's not hard. I'm not looking to be the supervisor. I'm not looking to be the manager. I'm not. Thank you, Chris. Amen, and welcome to the channel. Um, I'm not looking for any of that. I'm just looking to go in there and do the core job that I came to do. Would it have been an option for me? It could have been. But after just seeing some of the messiness, I don't want nothing to do with it. Because you don't know who's going to stab you. Like my homegirl said, she says, I can't stay there because even doing my core job, if somebody don't like me, I don't know if they're going to try to set me up, stab me in the neck. I don't know. And she said, and honestly, I'm even wondering if they want us there. I mean, that's her thing was because we have worked in a much more diverse. Um, oh, I got to tell y'all about the fifth wheel. I'll talk about that in a minute. we had worked in a much more diverse environment. I mean, even here in Arizona, with the African American population is usually around 3%. Every company I've worked for, this is the most. I have not worked for a company not this diverse. University of Phoenix, we didn't have a lot of upper management that was African American, and what they would make them go through was some craziness too. It was a Mormon-based company as well. Leadership was mainly Mormon-based at University of Phoenix, and they did not trying to. If you were African American trying to get into a leadership role, they made it like hard for you to get into. Y'all, I'm gonna have to stand up. This I gotta get. I can't wait to get my regular seat because this desk seat is tearing my big fat butt up. Hold on. I'm gonna stand up like this. After a while, that hard metal seat hurts your behind. But what they put them through at University of Phoenix, but as far as the core work, very diverse. We had Latinos, we had Middle Eastern, we had Asians, we had African Americans, we had people from India. It was very diverse. Not here. Here, it's heavy Anglo. It's very heavy Anglo. I'm one of now. There's a girl that's on my team. I think she's mixed. She's half black and something else. I'm the only chocolate chip of this complexion. And in the department that my friend Regina was in, I thought she was the first chocolate chip. She said there was another guy that was there that she was told about, and he didn't last even, I think, 90 days, 90 days. And she's wondering if that was something that they were doing, because what happens, I guess, businesses get tax credits. And once you're there past the 90 days, if they get their tax credit or whatever, some kind of tax relief break for hiring minorities. Once they get that, if you go, you go. So they don't care. I'm almost wondering if that's the case because, like I said, the treatment was. I just think back to the girl. She was odd, but based on some of the things that I've gone through and that have been said, if she was going through that, I understand why her behaviors were the way they were. And then you have people behind the scenes that will say stuff, and you don't know what's true, what's false. You don't know. I mean, they had that baby. I can't even get into it here, but they were saying stuff, and I don't know what was true or was false. Because unless you have her on film doing what you're saying, I don't know if I believe you. And it's just, I don't know. It's sad. But my blood pressure's down, probably because I'm not going in there dealing with trying to put my mind in a mode to go in there and have to deal with that madness, having to put on that armor that you have to put on, get your mind right because somebody gonna say something to you crazy. And I'm not about messiness and games. And then I gotta kind of, because I try to go in pleasant, hey, good morning, everybody. Even if I hate you, I'm gonna say good morning. Even if I don't like you and I don't trust you in a workplace, I try to speak. And be cordial because we do have to get along in this building for whatever hours we got to work together. So, and I already, like I said, I can tell it's certain, and what kills me though, they dog each other too, though. I know people's business up in there. I don't even want to know. And as soon as the person leave, they talk about each other like a dog. I'm like, freaking, hey, it's just craziness. It's craziness. So, Trucker Felicia, when you talk to me, no, I ain't gonna say nothing. And if they know, they know. But if they don't, they don't. I don't know about the school. I know that the yard is tore up in Phoenix. I don't know all of what's going on. That's what I like, Wendy. And that's what I'm praying. I'm gonna pray about it. And if I have to, I'll get a medical release from my doctor because my blood pressure is good. I can tell that. You remind me I gotta take my meds. My blood pressure has been good. I've been very relaxed. I'm not stressed. Like I said, I enjoy working with my drivers. And like some stuff though, some of the drivers, they were trying to get them to follow their fuel solution, but that's the other thing. They flip-flop too much. So initially we were told we weren't supposed to open up fuel for drivers in the after hours because they want the drivers following the fuel solution. Well, nobody communicated to, that's the other thing. Big bad thing is communication also. That's something that I will give Swift. When I worked for them, Swift had better communication than the company I'm with. As far as to the drivers, I got information from my driver manager very well. So if there were any major changes, it was very much communicated. They had even started implementing phone calls to us to have like almost like a business meeting. So I give them that. My issue with Swift was that equipment. Whew, that equipment was horrid. That the reefer units, the Band-Aid fixes, I just couldn't anymore. I was that breaking your back to bust the rust, going to pick up trailers with no brakes. I just couldn't do it anymore. I was burnt out on it. But I actually do love working with the drivers. I like talking to them. I have a few buttholes that you get from time to time, but like I had one the other night. I get a bunch of them who are just this new GPS thing is irritating to me. That a driver thinks that the GPS is just like the instant navigation is going to get you to the right spot all the time. They don't want to use a map. They don't want to read customer instructions, and I had to have that come to Jesus meeting and tell them, look, you are a professional driver. Part of being a professional driver and having a CDL is the fact that you need to know how to read a map and you need to know how to follow instructions. Trucker Bill, who mentored me into the industry, right? He didn't teach me to drive. Bill, to this day, he just started occasionally using the GPS. He said, oh, that thing is okay. He still uses a map. He still uses customer instruction. He still calls his customers. That's a professional truck driver. And, while we do have technology that can help you, I tell them it's a tool, not the truth. Too many of them look at it as a truth. And then I've had one call me up, cuss me out, because this GPS y'all got on this system, it took me, no, 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 no. I said, and I had to ask him, I said, you don't have a CDL, right? And he gonna get attitude. I said, oh, well, I drove. Then he checked, he reeled back. I said, I also train drivers. I said, I'm gonna explain something to you. I said, you take this wherever you want. Number one, that's a tool. It is not the truth. It's to help you get close, but it's not 100%. Even in your car GPS ain't 100%. While its GPSs have come a long way, they're not 100%. That's why you still have to use instructions. That's why you still pick up the phone and ask people, maybe, hey, I'm trying to find you, where are you at? And they tell you turn at the tree in the road on the left. And you have to use common sense. I said, that's trucking. It's so many people. And while I think I like the automatic truck, I also see where all the automatic features have become a hindrance to people who should have the skills to do the job. I had a trucker the other night who told me he didn't know how to read his fuel gauge. I said, what? I said, what did you just say to me? Baby, he didn't know how to read the fuel gauge. Well, the mark is right here. Bro, I said, do you have a CDL? We need to pull your CD. Black people, so you need to pull your black card. We need to pull your CDL. Wendy, no lie. I, Dude told me he didn't know how to read it. No lie. I told him, I said, in the morning when you get up in the morning, you need to call your job. Because I was going to be on the phone all night. Because I'd been all night trying to explain to him how to read fuel gauge. The other one is logs. They don't know how to read the logs. Can you look at my log and tell me how much time I have left? You shouldn't be driving. You can't read that log? You shouldn't be driving. I never had to call my driver manager and ask her how much time I had left. No. I don't know any driver manager I had right there. One, ELD should do it for you, but also when I wake up in the morning, if I started the clock at this time, I'm driving to this time, I've made a couple of stops, I can analyze in my head how much time I got left. When I got out of trucking school, I knew how to read all the clocks that we run on. Well, Wendy, the ELD this company has, there's issues with it. They got a different system from Qualcomm and the other one. They use something totally different. And I'm just gonna say, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan because I have enough drivers telling me the problems with it. It probably could be a good system, but they need to go back and look at Qualcomm and implement some of the Qualcomm things. It's funny, people want to be inventive and creative, but sometimes you got to take old school stuff, implement it, and then you improve upon it. Like iPhone improved upon the gifts of the BlackBerry. Okay, we get that. And BlackBerry went under. But BlackBerry improved upon the phone skills of the regular phone company, of the regular cell phones. And then iPhone came along. Eventually, maybe, depending on time, we might get something better than an iPhone. But as of right now, iPhone is the winner. BlackBerry improved upon the regular cell phone. The regular cell phone improved upon the BlackBerry improved up. Well, actually, we can take it back. The brick phone, remember the brick in the car phones they had? They got improved on by the flip phone. Went from the flip phone to the BlackBerry, which became a data device for everything. That then improved upon the regular cell phone, and then iPhone improved upon the BlackBerry. But they used the technology and the thought process from the other stuff. You trying to reinvent the wheel all the way, you can't do that. Use the old stuff and then bridge from it. Right. And that's you should. Oh, I love BlackBerry too back in the day. I love my iPhone though, but the BlackBerry was my friend. I was a BlackBerry Curve fan. Um, yeah, I just did, and we done gotten off on the subject. So anyway, y'all, let me put this in here because that was one of the topics. I don't know if y'all know that trucks are doing protests all across the country. And a lot of truckers are doing it because they're getting paid. So they're getting paid chump change. A lot of them are mainly owner operators, and they're not getting paid their value and their worth in the industry. And right now, the current companies, some of these grocery chains and warehouses that are making big money off of this pandemic. Grocery chains and some of these warehouses, like I just got Clorox. I don't know if y'all saw that. I got Clorox bleach, the actual Clorox. So if you get bleach, y'all, any other brand of bleach, EPA.gov is only showing Clorox as the bleach that will kill the virus when it touches surfaces. And you have to use it at a certain concentration strength, and they can give you that recipe on there. If you don't know, you can look at this lady called Jen Caudle, I think it's Caudel, and she actually talks about the recipe, which I can't remember, third, two-thirds, something like that, and the amount of water you have to do in order to create a spray sanitation or sanitizing spray in order to clean with. Um, you definitely in your house want to clean your doorknobs, metal surfaces, and plastic surfaces. The virus can sit on that for 3 days. Um, the when you come in from your outdoors, just kind of talk about this a little bit. Make sure I have shoes at the front and at the back. When I say from outdoors, if I walk just in the backyard, in the back patio, I just the same shoes I have. I just walk in the house because I'm nobody's in that patio mainly but me. Um, but if I leave the house to go to the grocery store, or I leave the house to go to the post office, at that point I wear a whole different set of shoes. And when I come back to the house, I don't know what door you guys enter in, but it don't matter what door. I know what door I'm going to enter in when I come back. I have a plastic trash bag waiting for me, and I have a whole nother set of shoes, and I have disinfectant spray waiting. Because when I walk in this house, I strip completely down. I spray my shoes. I put my clothes in a trash bag, tie it up, and then I head myself directly. I streak to the shower. I live by myself, so I ain't worried about that. And I immediately do a full shower, soap, water, body bath, everything. When I come back out of the shower and switch into my house clothes that I'm going to wear, I then go back and disinfect anything that I haven't had a chance to disinfect walking in the door. The reason for that is a lot of people aren't reading on the virus. And here's the big question that a lot of people have. They don't know where they caught it at. I'll be right back. I gotta run to the restroom real quick. Got a tinkle. I'll be right back. I got a tinkle. I'll be back, y'all. I'm back. Whew. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. Um, so when you look at it, one of the places, I guess, and it was a test in China, obviously where the originating started, the virus stayed on shoes and floor surfaces for like 13 days, but that was in a hospital setting where they were treating COVID patients. Probably not that long for us, but still, um, because you're walking into a grocery store. I go to pick up. I pay my rent by money order. I'm just old school, and she doesn't have it set up where if I could pay just on my debit card, I would do that. But I don't use checks and stuff anymore. So if you don't have it that way, then I use debit card because I work for banks and I know about fraud and I don't like routing numbers and stuff like that going out to people. So I'm a debit card person is what I do. I do my debit card and that's what I do. Um, I I'm trying to think. I'm very much a person that when you walk in those environments, you need to make sure when you come in, you try to take as least possible measure to bring it in your house. Because the other thing is once it gets up, it can get into air vents. Just a lot of research that I've done through the Gene Coddle and through EPA.gov. You can go to the CDC. Now, I believe the temperature and the heat that it doesn't survive is 87 point something degrees. Arizona right now, we're in the 90s, so I don't really worry about too much. But every time I come in the house, I do wash my hands, even in the garden. Like I had to take some boxes for the desk to the trash because I set them in the backyard or the back patio area until I could actually get the desk together because I didn't know if there was something broken or anything with the desk and I didn't want to throw the boxing away in case it had to be repackaged and shipped back. But everything was here and I put it together with no problem. A lot of people were complaining about putting it together. I'm like, some of it's just common sense, but I'm really good at putting stuff together. So that's kind of my thing. But yeah, so you just need to be cautious when you come in. And if y'all can find out, but the Clorox, actual brand Clorox, is 99.9%. And they do say it will kill the coronavirus. Obviously, it has a time that it has to sit on surfaces, but they give you a solution you can put together with water and the bleach in order to do a spray bottle to clean and disinfect. Cleaning and disinfecting are two different things. Killing viruses, so you want to disinfect to kill the virus, and it has to sit on the surface for a certain period of time. I believe peroxide is another one you can use. I saw a video, a gentleman, his mother is a RN in Utah, and he just got back. Him and his girlfriend were doing van life over in Argentina, and they got back here, and they had to self quarantine with her parents, and then they got a truck and they drove across country to help his mom, and they're gonna stick out the virus time with his mom and help on the little Utah farm that she has. But they showed the peroxide, and that was another thing. Now I do have some peroxide, but haven't been able to find it. But they do a spray solution, and when they come in, they spray their shoes down with it. So I'm going to do a bleach solution. That's what I'm going to use mine for. I did have Lysol, but I'm out of my Lysol spray now. And I was spraying my mail down when it came in, and I put it in boxes over here. So, and I have grocery delivery. As a matter of fact, I was doing my own laundry. Last time I went to the laundry, I'm like, this is a petri dish. I'm done doing that. I've got a couple companies I'm researching to come and they'll come pick my laundry up, wash, fold, do all that and deliver it back. Only thing I'll have to worry about is the bag they have it in. And I can just spray the plastic bag down, sit it by the door. And plastic, it sits on there you can sit up with it up to 3 days. But I'll spray it down and I can let clothes sit for 3 days. I got other clothes I can wear. And that's kind of what I've done. Groceries come in and they're bottles, canned boxes. I spray them and then I just sit them and leave them. So these will be there. Tomorrow will be about the third day. And then I'll go ahead and move everything. And even once I take everything, move everything, like I got some Skippy peanut butter from Costco and some jelly from Costco. And I get this salsa I like called Mateo's from Costco. I got all that. I just realized the name was Mateo. I had a dream about Mateo, not the salsa, but something else. And But I got that, and I leave all that over there until it sits for at least 2 or 3 days. That way, if it is here, I've already disinfected and I just let it sit there and the virus will die. I don't transmit it further into the house. The other thing I've been doing is I have an Odo band, or if I have a aerosol spray, I spray that up around the areas to get into the ventilation system and to move in the air. Because this is it's an airborne virus, or it can be from touching or stuff like that. So I've been doing that. But yeah, I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm gonna move this stuff in this apartment. I just didn't want strangers coming in and you don't know. I mean, you take that risk. So we'll see. I'm gonna pray on it because I do some of my stuff I am needing now. I'm wanting in the house. And I don't want to go and buy a whole bunch of new stuff. The only thing I really need is a couch, and I do want a chair and a bed. I'm going to buy the chair, then I'm going to go ahead and get my bed. It's going to be my next order, and then I'm going to probably end up getting a sofa. Right now, I might just get a futon. I haven't decided. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I go and I spray in the hallway where I have my intake vent and the air compressors there. And see, I'm by myself, but when you bring somebody else in, see, I would probably just I hate to say I'd turn off the AC so that we wouldn't spread it and let them bring everything in and then go ahead and get that, go ahead and spray the air and then go ahead and get things circulating. But that's why, moving, they're going to be in and out of here. Chris, okay. Hey, Chris, welcome. Yeah, the cutthroat practices with them brokers in the background. Yeah, you got to know your business because you can get set up. Um, yeah, so I know they protested Washington and some other places. I put a article up on the Trucker 411. They're protesting about, during this pandemic, these guys are still getting paid chump change. And especially owner ops who are taking, they're taking a bigger hit. They got fuel prices, maintenance of the vehicle, if they have their own trailer, they got that maintenance too. God bless them if they're a reefer driver. Um, I lost contact with Nick. Well, Nikki's mad at me, I'm pretty sure, but oh well. I mean, that's her issue, not mine. Pray for her and hope everything is okay. But I've always wanted to sit down with Nikki and talk to her about her experience as an owner op. We never got to do that option because the good, the bad, and the ugly, and she went through. And talking to her of just her own up and having her own authority. And as she said, she got to a point she had to tap out. She said she was losing a shirt. So it's an expensive business, and if you don't, to me, it's a luck of the draw kind of thing. Even as an owner op, a lease purchase. Some people get lease purchase and they do phenomenal. Other people get a lease purchase and they lose their shirt. They don't do good. And lease purchase, I enjoy the freedom of lease purchase. I like being my own owner op. If I can have a good truck that I choose, but if I just have to get whatever you got in your listings, and a lot of these kids get in these, and some of the starter companies, they get them in the owner op program. They give them a used truck. Talking about, oh, they gonna see. No, they give me a piece of crap where you're gonna be in and out the maintenance shop, and they're gonna be eating through your maintenance account. So it's really a luck of the draw. But right now with the freight rates and what these guys are getting paid, they're pissed off about it. And especially with the demand for trucks. Um, there is still a demand. People still need to get the toilet paper. They still need to get the groceries. The reefer side of the business is the business to be in. I really believe that's the business to be in. Right now with food, anything dealing with food, that's what you want to be in. As far as that's the other thing, we got the possible meat shortage that's going to happen with Tyson and JBS and the COVID issues. And I got some issues with that. And I'm going to get out. I don't want this to be over an hour. But my issues with that, because I picked up at all them places. And I can tell you some of the places I picked up were nasty. I ain't going to name no names. They weren't checking their trailers that we were coming in with. Um, I could just tell. And so I'm not shocked when you tell me the plants have 300 or 400 people with my brother-in-law works at one of those. You know what, Cargill, I'm gonna say when I went to Cargill, I didn't go in the plant, but I'm gonna say the yard was very clean. And they actually washed the trucks. Every Cargill I went to, they washed those trailers out on that Cargill yard. They don't put them in the door. You have to go through a wash. There was a process where I did go to other meat companies, and I'm gonna tell you, some of them, especially on the chicken side, did not even inspect my trailers that I brought over. Matter of fact, some of them had me put them right in the dock door. Nobody ever even looked in the back of the trailer. Facts. Facts. So I don't know if they washed it out. I don't know if they inspected it. I know that I worked for one company and they didn't even inspect the trailer when I got there. I was really, and I know that company did beef and chicken. Their beef side that I dealt with was extremely clean. They chicken side, I had question marks. Actually, that's one of the reasons I really don't jack with chicken, because especially if I know it comes from their company, I'm cool on it. Um, and I saw that, and there was other companies, they ain't the only ones I saw, but most of the time, most meat companies I went to, my trailers were inspected. Cargill was one. They would actually not even do an inspection necessary. They would inspect the outside. They would open it up, make sure nothing was in the inside, and then they made you take it over to the wash area. So that much they did wash them out there. Um, there was a beef company in Amarillo where I did my beef loads when I was working for the small Lubbock company. When you went there, you always had to have the trailer washed out. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. You drove it in, you had it washed out, you dropped it and picked up your loaded trailer. So I will say that, and then Cargill, and I don't know about National, but I know Cargill for a fact. My brother-in-law is a supervisor at Cargill in, I think it's Dodge City, Kansas. Dodge City, Kansas. I think that's it. He's a supervisor there, and I know because I've taken loads to his facility, and I've taken empties there and picked up loads from there. Very much clean. They actually wash out those their trailers. So even if you came in with the trailer washed, they're gonna wash it again. They don't care that it was washed before. They ensuring that the trailers are washed before you take their product. I really like that. But also though, the close knit environment, and one of the ones that came up in the news where he talking about they gave him a rag to tie around his face. I was like, I'm done for the day. But because I'm, like I said, because I'm familiar with that facility, I'm not shocked. I was not shocked. And that's told me one of the other reasons I don't want nothing to do with their meat. Mm-mm. I see them in the frozen section. I'm like, I'm cold. I don't want their processed meat. I don't want their pre-cooked meat. I don't want their raw meat. If the name of that company is on it, I'm cool. And one reason why I kind of was like, I'm good on American meat. I'm cool. Cool. Yeah, yeah, no, the car deals I went to, they actually were they washed the trucks out. I don't know that a Cargill facility I ever went to didn't require you to put the trailer where they were going to end up washing it. The one in Freona, I think that's Cargill in Freona, and the one in Nebraska, very clean. I was impressed with how clean they were. Um, but yeah, I saw some meat stuff. I'm cool on. I'm good. I'm so cool. But yeah, there's a lot going on, y'all. What I do want y'all to do is please be careful. I know some of y'all asked me some cooking videos because I have put up some of the stuff I've made. I made a mac. And probably one day I'll get a camera all set up correctly and I'll do some cooking because I can cook. Probably one of the reasons I'm fluffy too, but I eat at the wrong time of night is more so why I'm fluffy. I cook. Oh, movies. I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is just running some out. So I did watch a movie called The House of Invictus on Netflix. If you watch it, unless you really understand Black history and the slavery and all of what you're gonna miss a lot. Whoever did that movie, he was genius. Very well done. It is such a good movie. And what I may end up doing is doing what I consider an interpretation of the movie because there's so much symbolism in the movie. If you decide to watch it, it's called The House of Invictus. It is not for children. Children should not be watching that movie. It is adult-based movie. It is deep. It is kind of dark, but he does a disclaimer in the beginning. With that disclaimer is really setting the stage for the movie as well, and it gets into a lot of underlying damages that happened to Black males from slavery to current. And it was a very, very good movie. The other thing I watched recently, I binge watched the Black Lightning, which was actually interesting because there are aspects of it. I don't know if it's prophetic or what, but I almost deal with some of the stuff we're going through now. And I was kind of impressed with that. I got fly nets, like fruit fly nets in here. I felt like one was on my ear. Um, but yeah, so we some good stuff. But y'all, I'm gonna get my little black butt off here. We've been an hour. I'll probably check in later. Let me see what's going on. 380, a positive. Well, there was one, yeah, and they had, and then the president has commanded that they continue. I don't have a problem with him doing the wartime act for the meat because we already got panic buying for other dumb stuff. But what I really think he should do is go ahead and activate the National Guard to help go in and clean because you need to clean the meat factories. And then also help with setting up protocols and making sure that they also have the protective gear in order to do our meat. Because my other question becomes how does the coronavirus transmit when it comes to our food products like meat? I already know that it can stay on a can for up to 3 days. But when it comes to my meat and produce and stuff like that, how long? Like even when produce comes in my house, I have a certain way I clean the produce that comes in this house. Even the plastic bags, you got to be. It's a hot mess. This virus ain't no joke. This crap comes in and sets up shop. It acts like I'm moving in and gonna set up residence in your refrigerator and freezer. They talking about how long it could live up in there. It can live up in there for a minute. So like I'm getting ready tomorrow. I'm gonna do a kitchen clean. I'm gonna be doing the refrigerator. I gotta reorganize, clean, wash out, bleach, get the Clorox bleach. I'm gonna get up in that refrigerator and we get ready to do a bleach down. And gotta get up in there and do the refrigerator, freezer, and do a wipe down, bleach down, wipe all products in there. But yeah, it can sit up in there for a minute. And I was like, are you just some of the stuff that I've researched? It's disturbing. Y'all, I pray that y'all family is all right. Let me see if I missed any questions before I head up out of here. Hold on. And y'all tell I'm using my laptop, not the camera. Oh, okay. And Choco Felicia, you said you're in New Mexico. And it's getting warm. I like New Mexico. Local farmers, I'm huge on. I usually buy from. I've been getting my groceries from the Mexican supermarket over here. They'll pick up there or Sprouts. Um, okay, newbies. Where's my fifth wheel? So Felicia, I don't know if you're still on here. I just read that about reefer. I love reefer. So if you watch this, I love reefer. Um, if I had to drive, I don't really want to drive anymore. I'm good. I like reefer because reefer to me was a methodology. I also like it because I never had to get up in there and sweep out that trailer in the summer months. And being here in Arizona where I started trucking, imagine being in the back of that trailer with a broom sweeping out that trailer. I don't even care they doing it blowout and stuff now. I'm good. I don't want to be back there. I like the fact you only have to do washouts. I like the fact to me it was a little extra responsibility because you got to watch temperatures and stuff, but it gave me a more purpose, and I had a methodology that I did. So like when I pick up a load, I check my temperature, I check my lines, I check my fuel on my reefer, I made sure my back was closed or my doors were secured. Um, the reefer is a much more, all reefer loads, no matter who it is, anything in a temperature control is high value every time. So it's always a high value load. It has a lot more attention to it. I noticed that customers tend to be more friendly with reefer drivers and weren't as many butthole customers when you went to customers with reefer loads. Not That's not always the truth, but for the most part. Um, You tend to not have, you might wait to get unloaded, but once you unload it, you unload it. Usually waits at grocery chains. But most of the time when I went in with a reefer load, it was boom, bam, boom. Because reefer is something that load go bad, they don't want it to go bad. So they got their product on their truck and off the truck. You had less drama, in my opinion, with reefer than you do with dry van. Anytime I dealt with dry van stuff, it was always some dang drama, every other, every third or fourth load. Reefer, you tend not to put up with that as much. About the only thing you might have with reefer is if you didn't set the temperature right, and or if product was damaged in the back of the trailer. Other than that, I really never had a lot of problem with reefer. I liked reefer. I liked reefer. The only, like I said, the last company I was at, one of the reefer units started having some kind of what do you call it? Oh, sensor on the reefer unit went bad, and they had to take my whole refrigeration unit off the back of the trailer up in Missouri, Joplin area. So, I mean, that's the only time I like reefer. Um, However, you wait a lot longer at DC's grocery chains. There's sometimes waiting to get loads, but you get paid detention pay if you're working for a good company. They should be paying you detention pay. So reefer, I like reefer. I like teaching reefer. Like I said, I like the methodology of reefer. And back in the day, more reefer drivers, you got paid more money for refrigerated loads per mile. So I personally enjoyed reefer. We'll see. We're gonna see what's gonna happen here in the near future. What's going on? I didn't know they had stopped the school. I knew they had a shortage of drivers actually before this happened, so we see. But I also know they didn't have enough trucks to put drivers in either. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Oh, this is watermelon flavored soda water. I love soda. It's supposed to be helping me. I don't know. Anyway, y'all, let's see if there's anything else on here. We talked about cheap freight. Anyway, y'all, I'm getting ready to take my little black butt in here and watch probably get onto my new. I think I'm doing Wu Assassins is my next series, and probably go in here and chill out and get some sleep. I did a 12-hour shift. What's today? Today Sunday? Yeah, I did last night. So I did my 12-hour shift at 4 this morning, and I'm getting sleepy. So, but y'all be blessed, be safe, and y'all just take care of each other and don't make dumb decisions. And I know we want to get out there and get back to normal, but I'm gonna tell you, things ain't gonna be normal no time soon. As a matter of fact, it's gonna be more normal once we get back out here. Y'all be blessed, 2 and 2, praying for you and your families. God bless you. Peace.